Despite what you've been led to believe, dark spots aren't a sign of aging, especially when you consider that girls as young as 15 get dark spots on their skin. So how can that be a sign of old age when even teenagers get them? As recent studies from Harvard and Stanford have shown, dark spots, wrinkles, and saggy skin aren't caused by age. Instead, they're caused by a weird light phenomenon that happens every day at 2 p.m. if you live in the USA, Canada, the UK, or anywhere in Western Europe that scientists discovered only recently. This phenomenon has actually been deemed the skin killer by top dermatologists, as it causes dark spots to quickly spread all over your body while inflaming your skin, causing wrinkles and ruining your skin's elasticity. Thankfully, this simple Taiwanese skin glow-up ritual that you see in this presentation will wipe decades off your face in less than a few weeks. Just take a moment and imagine what it would feel like to look 5, 10, and even 20 years younger. Imagine never having to worry about those dark spots spreading like the plague, wrinkles getting deeper, or acne scars becoming more obvious. You'll never be stared at or judged again. Instead, you'll reclaim your self-confidence and feel like the queen of your castle. You'll never ever envy the skin of younger women because you'll feel too sexy to do so. You'll be enjoying a better, clearer complexion than you had in your 20s. Your skin will be so clean, in fact, that you won't even need to use foundation or concealer anymore. You'll stop wasting money on useless skincare products that don't even work. Your friends, colleagues, and family will be absolutely mesmerized by the changes that they're seeing. You'll get more compliments than you've ever had in your entire life, while your partner looks at you like you are the sexiest woman in the world. This is exactly what happened to more than 15,600 women from all over the world. Women like,
"This Taiwanese method is the only thing that worked on my dark spots and ugly acne scars. I used to cover my face in tons of foundation and concealer just to go to the store, let alone an important event. Now all of that is gone, and some people even take me for my daughter's sister."
As you can see, her face is now clear, with no traces of dark spots or deep scars. This method is that powerful. Let's also take a look at Alicia May, 47 from Georgia, who had the worst case of dark spots I have ever seen. Her face was covered, as well as her neck and chest. But after trying this method, she's glowing. Just look at her now.
I admit, I was a little skeptical at first, as I also have very sensitive skin, but look at me now. I look like I'm wearing makeup, only I'm not. It truly feels like I have a completely new complexion, and I can definitely feel a huge improvement in the firmness of my neck and cleavage. My husband gets so jealous now because all men are looking at me.
If you want to enjoy the same results as these women did, let's not waste any more time and get right to it. My name's Cameron Walker, I'm 45, and for the last decade I've been working as a chemistry professor at one of America's most prestigious universities. Over the years, I've trained and formed the best minds in the field. I'm very proud to say that my students have gone on to patent some of the greatest chemistry discoveries of our day. Things such as psoriasis, dermatitis, or alopecia are now on their way to being successfully treated thanks to the people that I've taught. I do love my job, but what I love more is spending time with my wife, Liana. She's my better half and the most beautiful and kind woman I've ever met. Every day spent with her felt and still feels like a blessing from God. Ever since I met her, Liana has always taken good care of herself, eating healthy, doing yoga a couple times per week, and choosing the best clothes that are suited for her body. She has always been, by all standards, a strong, sexy, and independent woman with a permanent smile on her face. However, 2 years ago, when she noticed the first 3 dark spots on her cheek, her smile faded. Before long, I noticed there was a serum next to the bathroom mirror. I started to get really worried as more and more bottles started to pile up. And then came the makeup. Full coverage, foundation, concealer, powder, you name it. She wouldn't even go to the grocery shop barefaced. From just a sheet mask once in a while for pampering, Liana went to a 15-step morning and evening routine with about a dozen new serums, creams, gels, and sprays. She was always unhappy and complaining. There were mornings when she would burst out crying when she noticed a new dark spot. With every new freckle, she'd follow a new beauty blogger and would spend hundreds of dollars every month on the newest skincare breakthroughs. Now don't get me wrong, I like that she was taking care of herself, and I understand where she was coming from. It's a human thing to not want to get old, but in my opinion, she was taking it a little bit too far. And despite my best efforts to make her feel beautiful and loved, nothing worked. I kept telling her how beautiful she was to me, how I was so in love with her, and how getting old is a natural part of life. But she wouldn't have it, not when everyone we meet thought she was 10 years older than her actual age. I could see their eyes getting bigger when they saw her face. Nobody dared to ask directly, but you could tell that they were wondering, how did she manage to get so many new freckles? Every single gathering with my colleagues would go the same way. People would always compliment me on my aging. They were telling me how they loved my hair and how it made me look more distinguished. And Liana, all she was getting was the occasional compliment on her outfit or on her shoes. Obviously, that did a number on her self-esteem. She kept running to the bathroom to fix her makeup, coming back looking and feeling more miserable as the hours passed. She even came home crying one day from the drugstore. She'd run into one of her old high school friends who'd recommend she try some harsh chemical peels on her skin. This friend, according to her, was glowing from head to toe and looked not more than 3 years older than she did in her teens. She felt looked down at and worthless, so she was determined to get her face chemically treated. Of course, I advised her against that. And with the info I have now regarding the miraculous Taiwanese skin glow-up ritual, I wish I would have been more assertive. As a chemist, I knew all about the dangers of those procedures: infections, heart or liver damage, redness, dryness, and scaling on her skin. What was the purpose of such a procedure if all it did was make her look and feel even worse? But she wouldn't hear it. And despite the fact that she got burns on her face that took months to heal, the chemical peels were just the beginning. She spent hundreds of dollars on microdermabrasion. And if that sounds bad, that's because it is. It's an exfoliating treatment for dark spots that uses tiny particles to sand away at your skin. I think it's pretty clear why grading your skin won't fix anything. It certainly didn't for Liana. She'd come back home red and swollen after every session, hopeful that things would improve before they ultimately failed. And she moved on to the next thing, which in her case was microneedling. If you're easily scared of needles, you might want to look away from this one. They use this tiny tool to poke holes in your face, creating a series of micro-injuries. Supposedly, this helps the skin regenerate faster, but I don't have to tell you why the words injury and skin should never be used in the same sentence when it comes to skincare. Of course, these were all the more extreme procedures. I lost count of how many face masks, medical creams, aloe gels, and retinal serums were in our bathroom. In fact, and I'm about to tell you why in just a minute, the worst thing you can do for your skin is buy beauty products. Listen, if you can get it without a prescription and you're bombarded with advertisements for it, just say no. Trust me, your skin and wallet will thank you for it. But before I tell you why and how beauty products are engineered to ruin your skin, I want to tell you how my wife managed to go from this to this. As you can imagine, I couldn't bear seeing her so miserable. She had turned from the vibrant, happy woman I fell in love with to a shell of herself, locked in her bedroom and only coming out to do her 15-step skincare routine and apply 4 layers of foundation to mask her base. It was bad. My heart was breaking for her. So I did what any good husband would do, and I took matters into my own hands. I was dead set on finding a solution to Liana's problem. A real and natural solution that would safely clear the dark spots once and for all. But first, I had to find out what the real cause of the spots were. So I took a few weeks off work and asked my colleague, Quan Lin, to cover me while I started doing some research of my own. I started digging through every medical base I could find. I read countless forums and news articles and watched hours upon hours of documentaries and interviews with the most reputable dermatologists in the world. And they all basically said the same thing. There's nothing you can do. Dark spots are just a natural part of aging, and the only way you can make them disappear completely is by covering them with ultra heavy foundation. Or, of course, go through all the painful procedures my wife had to endure. But we all know by now how well those worked. And there was one more problem to be solved. If the dark spots are a natural part of life and aging, why did they appear in younger women too? I mean, just take a look at these teenage girls. They're not older than 20, and yet their cheeks are covered in dark spots. At least it was clear to me now why there was no real solution out there, because it's all about the money and making huge profits off women's problems, because the skincare industry, believe it or not, was worth $153 billion in 2022 in America alone. But there was another thing. Something much more insidious that I wasn't even aware of back then. It's not just the skincare industry that profits from the issue. They're hand in hand with the makeup industry, which was worth $507 billion, and the cosmetic surgery industry, which is worth $58 billion. And it makes sense if you think about it. When you notice your first dark spots, you cover them up with makeup. Then as they get darker, you start to get into skincare. And finally, when all the expensive skincare has failed, the so-called doctor tells you that you need the harsh procedures. As weird as this sounds, the grim nature of the situation gave me hope. Usually, when an industry is making that much money off a problem, they're also hiding the true solution. So I kept going, but every single lead I had just led into another hard brick wall. I was stuck. And the worst thing was that throughout all of this, I neglected the thing that mattered to me the most, the relationship with my wife. I was so caught up in my research that sometimes I'd forget to return her calls or texts. No wonder she was feeling even more insecure about the way she looked. Poor Leah. She must have thought I didn't love her anymore. So I wanted to make it up to her by taking her on a weekend trip, just the two of us, and stopping on the way to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. But things went awry. By his 6th Bud Light, my cousin James saw my wife as an easy target for his crass jokes. "Oh, I thought you had turkey gravy on your cheek, but it seems that's just your face," he said as he tried to wipe a stain off my wife's cheek. Everyone went quiet, all eyes fixed on my wife Liana, who was red in the face, barely keeping herself from crying. As we both left, my heart was breaking. She didn't say a single word to me on the entire drive back, and when we got home, she immediately locked herself in the bathroom. I begged and pleaded with her to come out, to no avail. She wouldn't hear anything I had to say. I was so upset and angry at myself that I'd put her in this situation, so I headed to the kitchen to cool off. And that's when I had my eureka moment. As I was pouring myself a glass of water, I noticed a half-bitten apple on the counter. While the skin was intact, the flesh had started to oxidate, forming little brown spots. Brown spots, I thought to myself, just like my wife has on her face and on her chest. I couldn't believe it how obvious it was, and how long it had taken me to actually figure it out. So I got back to my research with a new idea in mind. Your skin is made of 3 layers, as you see in this simple diagram. Each color of the diagram is a different skin layer. Orange is the deepest one. Pink is the middle, but the most important is the yellow one. It is called the epidermis, or the skin peel. Its purpose is to protect the inner layers of your skin from damage, just like the skin of an apple is there to protect its soft inside. To fulfill its role as a protector, the peel has to be made of something strong that no bacteria can penetrate, but something that is still flexible enough to allow you to move freely and enjoy your life. The material is pure keratin, the very same thing that your hair and nails are made of. Many creams try to imitate this, but fail miserably. So how does this relate to dark spots? While the skin is a very complex and strong mechanism, it's a bit outdated when faced with new, modern threats. Take a look at this study done by the University of Georgia addressing the effects blue light radiation has on human skin. If you didn't know what that is, it's basically radiation emitting by any electronic device. The ones with screens emanate the most, but artificial lighting also gives off certain degrees of blue radiation. As time passes, blue radiation erodes your skin peel at an alarming pace, leaving the sensitive skin underneath out in the open to oxidize, just like an apple that has been bitten into. The result? The skin oxidation that many people refer to as dark spots. In the past, this would have been a slower process and the results would have been barely noticeable. That's why you never hear about people from 30, 50, or 100 years ago complaining about dark spots. They simply didn't exist up until recently. So what's changed in the last couple of generations? To put it plainly, there's more blue radiation than before, starting with the first TVs. As numerous studies and articles have shown, this aggressor has made itself irreplaceable to you and is oxidizing your skin at every single moment. You use your phone, sure, but even if you don't, you probably watch TV, use an iPad, own a smartwatch, or sit in front of a computer on a daily basis. Even if you decide to avoid all screens, there's blue radiation coming from street lights, street signs, and even the light bulbs in your house. Also, add to that the radiation from your microwave and the sun radiation, and you've got the perfect recipe for skin disaster. In turn, the blue radiation from these devices is constantly peeling back the protective layers of keratin, leaving your skin ripe for oxidation. This also explains why more and more teenagers are experiencing signs of premature aging. They're always on their phones, scrolling through their Instagram or TikTok feeds, taking selfies, and recording every second of their life. So to sum it up, this is where dark spots actually come from. The skin is made up of 3 protective layers. The one that's on the surface and protects the rest against damage is called the peel. The peel is made of keratin, which is airtight to stop contaminants from entering the body. Constant and harsh blue radiation erodes the layer of keratin, leaving the sensitive skin underneath out in the open, just like an apple that has been bitten into. When the outside air reaches the deeper layers of the skin, it causes oxidation. The skin oxidation is visible on the skin, you guessed it, as dark spots. Now I know you're probably waiting for a solution, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is where I got stuck. I knew the exact cause of dark spots, but I was just as lost when it came to the remedy. And that's when I decided to ask for outside help. Remember the colleague that covered for me when I took those weeks off? He was the only one I could trust with my discovery. And as soon as he heard about it, he agreed to meet. We gathered in the university lab, and I was shocked at how excited he was about everything. He checked and double-checked all of my research and agreed that it made perfect sense. The only problem was, how do we get rid of the skin oxidation? For this, he had the perfect answer. You see, his grandma back in Taiwan, who was 84, and yet she didn't look a day over 40. All the women in his family looked way younger than they actually were. He asked her what did they do to look so young, and after much prodding, she remembered how they all used to rub a special plant mixture on their skin before working the rice fields. According to her, it was just used as a sun protectant, but I had a hunch that this was more than that. So after I noted down all the ingredients, I took this formula to the lab. I compared the plants to my discovery, and they all made perfect sense together. With Quan Lin's mixture as a base and my research, I finally felt like I was getting somewhere. So we got to mixing and testing various combinations of plants, adding a few modern ingredients to the formula to see how they'd interact with each other. And finally, after 6 months and countless sleepless nights, we had something that we believed in. A serum so concentrated and powerful that it would restore my wife's confidence and glow. Excited, I took it home and I had Liana try it. It didn't take much convincing. She was so desperate at that point that she was willing to try anything. I had her use a few drops of it twice a day in the morning and in the evening. It didn't take long until the serum started doing its job. At first, there was a spark in her cheekbones. Then her skin got fuller and more flexible, and little by little, all her dark spots disappeared as if they were never even there to begin with. She was so happy about the results on her face that she started using the serum on her whole body, and the results shocked even me. The skin oxidation on her chest was gone, along with the ones on her hands and neck, while her wrinkles were becoming less visible by the day. And little by little, she learned to smile again. Everything just clicked into place as she regained her self-esteem and was more confident and happy with herself than she'd been in years, even before her dark spots appeared. When she looks in the mirror nowadays, she doesn't see a tired face covered in freckles anymore. She sees a woman who is strong, incredibly sexy, and ready to handle whatever life throws at her. She's also having an easier time socializing, going out, and making friends. She's the life of the party at every work gathering because she's confident enough to look people in the eye and hold a conversation without worrying what they might think of her brown spots. It was incredible. I hadn't seen Liana so happy in ages, and finally, it felt like I had the love of my life back. Soon enough, all her skincare was tossed in the trash, and all that she used was my serum. This was incredible because it's a very revolutionary formula that works in just 4 easy steps, or the PURE program, as I like to call it. Prep, unclog, rehydrate, and erase. Let's start with the first step in the PURE program. P. Prep the skin to soak up nutrients and slow down oxidation. To start, we use the most velvety plant you can find, and trust me, this is just how your skin will feel after this step is done. This plant is called graveolens and has been praised since the ancient times for its skin calming qualities. A 2017 study done by the South African Department of Pharmacy and Pharmacology clearly indicated that graveolens can calm down irritated skin almost as soon as it comes into contact with it. Why is this important? Because remember, your skin is under constant attack from blue radiation. We're talking about the sun, artificial lights, and even your phone. Usually it wouldn't have time to calm and repair itself, but thanks to this velvety plant, your skin will finally catch a break, breathe, and start clearing out the oxidation. Then we added an ingredient that provides excellent base for the PURE program. I'm talking about hyaluronic acid, of course. When it comes to beauty products, my research concluded that hyaluronic acid is the only common skincare ingredient that's actually worth using, but only in quantities that won't overwhelm the skin. Remember, we want to help clear out the rust, not drown your skin in more of what it doesn't need. So I decided to add a very exact quantity of hyaluronic acid to this serum because I knew for certain it wouldn't affect the skin's natural defenses. During countless studies, hyaluronic acid has clearly shown its incredible hydrating and softening qualities. And that's super important because we want the skin to be soft enough to gobble up all the goodness, while still firm enough to repel the harmful blue radiation by itself. Now, hyaluronic acid is great, but I wanted to make it even better, which is why I added another ingredient proven to make it more effective. This fabulous ingredient was used by Cleopatra herself during her beauty rituals and has been a key element in many healing rituals and potions, especially in Taiwan. This ingredient is Aloe barbadensis, the most succulent type of aloe. This specific type of plant is incredibly hard to find, especially in 100% natural and organic form. But we pulled some ropes and got our hands on a fresh batch. And I'm so glad we did because aloe is a crucial ingredient in the prep step of my PURE program. It has a very unique, smart nutrient retention quality. This means that all the hyaluronic acid goodness will stay locked and loaded in your skin no matter how often you wash it. After the skin is soft and prepped to receive this clearing goodness, it's time for the second step in the Pure program. You unclog your skin and remove the first layer of oxidation. This is when you'll notice visible results. Your skin will be tighter, the fine lines will start fading, and the healthy glow you missed so much will be restored. In fact, you'll start saving money on skincare products right away. To continue these amazing changes, we have to unclog your skin to further slow down oxidation and successfully remove its surface layer. We start this process with sencha. For centuries, the women of Taiwan have used sencha to address numerous skincare and health issues. But it was only after this 2005 study that most people in the West turned to sencha for its incredible skin rejuvenating properties. That's because in this study, which was conducted by Emory University's Department of Dermatology, 80 women were treated with a combination of topical and oral sencha. The results? Their skin elasticity improved in less than a few weeks, while their pores completely cleared up as sencha regulated their sebum levels and brought them to normal. We continue this process with a rather weird choice, but one that Quan Lin insisted would be a game changer. And after reading this study in particular, I couldn't agree more. Done by the Faculty of Medicine of the Mahidol University in Thailand, the research shows how this unique ingredient is the strongest gentle astringent for human skin. It causes the tissue to contract and shrink pores while also soothing the skin and relieving inflammation. The ingredient I'm talking about is witch hazel. And besides being strong enough to erode and wash away the surface layer of oxidation, it also contains some super compounds called tannins. They will act as a barrier, preventing harmful blue radiation from getting into your skin. Last but not least, we added something that's often called a living fossil because it's older than the dinosaurs. Horsetail has been found in numerous studies to improve skin texture and tone while cleansing and detoxifying it. With the first layer of skin oxidation gone, you'll start noticing visible improvements in its texture and elasticity. Now that we've prepped, that's P, and unclogged, that's U, it's time we move on to the next step in the Pure program. R, rehydrating the skin to make sure no more oxidation can form. We can't clear away the deepest layers of skin oxidation if new ones keep contaminating your skin. For that, we have to make sure your visage is slick and well moisturized. We start this process with jojoba oil. Chemically and structurally, it's the closest thing to human sebum you can get. This is what makes it so magical. It's an extremely natural moisturizer packed with natural goodness that will also boost collagen production. Why is this important? Because as you age, collagen levels decrease, which despite popular belief doesn't lead to wrinkles but will actually change your entire facial structure. Jojoba oil lets you avoid all that. Think of it as if you get a jail out of free card for your youth. Then we added a supremely efficient hydration station, one of the most important rejuvenators in both Ayurvedic and Taiwanese popular medicine. This ingredient grows in its purest form in the Himalayas. This ingredient is Gotu Kola. By itself, it's already pretty efficient, but when combined with jojoba oil, its hydrating powers triple. It will brighten and smoothen your skin while offering it all the moisture it needs to keep oxidation at bay. Last but not least, we added a powerful combination of sage and vitamin C. Sage has been part of a traditional Taiwanese medicine for centuries, as it was thought to make the body stronger. Well, we wanted to make the skin stronger, so we decided to add it to our mix and seal it in, that good moisture that comes from the Gotu Kola and jojoba. When combined with vitamin C, the results, the strongest and most efficient moisturizer you can get. So you can say goodbye to spending dozens or hundreds of dollars on face creams and gels that will dry up your face and expose it to harmful blue radiation. Now that we made sure that your skin can't be affected by new layers of oxidation, it's time to give the finishing blow with the last step in the Pure program. E, erase all traces of skin oxidation while offering a 24/7 shield against blue radiation. Are you ready to enjoy the flawless glass skin you've only seen in Hollywood stars? We sure hope so, because once this stage is done, you won't even recognize your skin in the mirror. We kickstart this with a potent combination of vitamin E and hops. Now don't think we just use any variety of hops. After testing, and even more testing, we found out that the female plants of the Japanese Sorachi Ace hops family have the strongest cleansing properties. With strong oxidation properties, the Sorachi hops will penetrate the deepest layers of your skin, washing away all the oxidation. On top of that, It will also reduce redness and even out the skin tone on the most exposed areas such as the T-zone and the chin. Then we used rosemary, another strong antioxidant. This fragrant plant creates a barrier between your skin and the blue radiation before tackling the oxidation. It will also shrink your pores and smooth out the fine lines and wrinkles of your face. Oh, and did I mention, it's also pretty good for the under eye bags. That's right, just a few drops of this serum will do a better job than any amount of caffeine or cucumber. In fact, most specialists don't even recommend using cucumber as it only dries out the sensitive areas under your eyes, causing irritation and discomfort. The final blow to skin oxidation is delivered by a strong combination of lemon peel, vitamin E, and Scots pine. All of these ingredients have been proven in study after study to fight against hyperpigmentation, fading the existing dark spots and preventing the appearance of new ones. On top of that, this trio also provides the ultimate protection, so after having completely cleared your face of skin oxidation, you can enjoy amazing results for the rest of your life, as you'll always be protected against harmful blue radiation no matter where you are. The combination of lemon peel, vitamin E, and Scots pine will also fill in your deep wrinkles, tighten your skin, and finally give you the glass skin you've so much craved. After seeing the results of my wife, I couldn't help but pose one question. Would this work for other women too? Seeing the joy it brought to my wife, how she was smiling every time she looked in the mirror, and how radiant and beautiful she was, it made me want to share this with as many women as possible. The thought of bringing the same joy as I brought to my wife to every woman watching this presentation filled me with hope and renewed my drive. So I had Quan Lin share the formula with some of his students and patients, some with light spotting and some with the most severe cases of skin oxidation we had ever seen. After 2 weeks, we had no less than 47 women willing to give this a try. After speaking with my wife and seeing the amazing results she experienced, they were more than excited to give this a shot. Let me tell you, the results were greater than my wildest dreams. Without exception, all 47 volunteers reported dramatic changes in the appearance of their skin and complexion. Most of them were only recognizable by their features. Their complexion had changed so much that they looked like different people. They all had clear glass skin. All traces of skin oxidation were completely gone. Their fine lines have vanished from the corners of their mouths and eyes, and their saggy jowls were disappearing. Their cheeks were rosy and plump. Radiance had returned to their faces, and they were looking happier than they'd ever been. I mean, just have a look at what they had to say.
I admit it, I didn't believe Cameron at first. All this skin oxidation sounded like nonsense to me. But after talking to Leanna and seeing her amazing results, I decided to give this a try. And wow, holy moly, I'm so glad I did. Literally saw results almost immediately. I had some brown spots, they started to fade. It was an unbelievable response to this product. They all eventually vanished without a trace.
I couldn't believe how fast I started noticing the difference. I integrated Cameron's serum into my night routine. I applied it to my face, my neck, my cleavage. And the next morning, my skin already looked brighter. My pores looked smaller and my entire complexion was clear. I swear I could see how some of my dark spots faded too. I'm actually surprised about how effective this was.
Hearing these women speak about their experiences convinced me that I should get this out to as many people as possible so that none of them would ever have to suffer the humiliation that my wife went through. So after a few more weeks of emails and calls, we finally managed to partner with a large, modern, yet very discreet manufacturing facility in the US. They took care of everything while we mixed the plants in the exact quantities we wanted and correctly processed them in the form of a fast-action, ultra-protective serum, which we called BioRestore Complete, the only 100% natural blend that completely erases dark spots by addressing the root cause: oxidation caused by artificial blue radiation. We've sourced the 15 purest, highest quality plant extracts and vitamins to put the exact quantities into an easy-to-use, ultra-fast, easy absorbable serum. Every single drop is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise conditions and standards. We regularly disinfect the equipment used to process the ingredients and package our bottles. BioRestore Complete Serum is non-GMO and safe. It does not contain any dangerous stimulant or toxins and is not habit-forming. This is a skin solution for women of any age. In fact, It's more than a skin repairing formula. It's a self-love ritual that you can do from the comfort of your own home while you enjoy some well-deserved me time. So when applying BioRestore Complete, go ahead and put on a song that you like, run a bath, and light some scented candles too. Because even if it only takes 30 seconds to apply the serum, investing a bit more time in your beauty ritual will leave you feeling and looking your best at the end of this routine. So are you ready to say yes to the biggest change of your life? I knew it. I think you'll be very pleased with how affordable we managed to make BioRestore Complete, especially when you consider the fact that you won't need another skincare product after this. And certainly, when you consider how the Pure program will completely transform your skin while erasing oxidation and offering superior protection. There's also the fact that all the ingredients are 100% organic and natural, as we allow them to reach full maturity before harvesting. Trust me, these plants are not cheap. Even if you're trying to buy them in bulk, and I can assure you trying to buy them separately would cost a fortune. Plus, no one can guarantee that they're the real deal. So how did we manage to keep the prices so low? By not selling BioRestore Complete in stores, you won't find this formula on Etsy, Amazon, eBay, or any drugstore. It's only available on this website and this website only. Because with the retailer's greedy markups, this serum would cost about $320 per bottle. And even though $320 is more than a fair price considering the months of research, work, and tests that we've invested in this perfectly concentrated serum, while our suppliers would have asked $250 just for the high quality of the ingredients, and while many of the over 15,600 women who got to experience BioRestore Complete said they would have gladly paid triple thinking how much their lives have changed. This is not about money for me. I want to empower the women that are going through the same experience that my wife did, as I will never forget how ashamed and awful she felt every single time she looked in the mirror. And keep in mind that you can use it over your entire body to get rid of skin oxidation and aging signs wherever you see them. Just think about what other solutions there are. The average cost of a chemical peel is $529. The average cost of a single laser session is $2,500. Even professional microneedling costs $650 on average. Only with these options, you're literally injuring your skin, stripping it of its protective layer and exposing it to the full power of harmful blue radiation. So by selling it to you online through this presentation, I can offer you your very own supply of BioRestore Complete for as little as $1.50 a day with our most popular package. Because BioRestore Complete is selling incredibly fast, and because it can be found only on this page for as long as stocks last, 91% of our customers are choosing our most popular package, which is the 6-bottle one at only $49 a bottle. That's right, just $49 a bottle if you choose our popular 6-bottle package. $49 a bottle really is a bargain from my perspective, because BioRestore Complete is the only skincare you'll ever need. It erases skin oxidation in a matter of weeks while filling in the fine lines around your lips and eyes and restoring the elasticity of your skin. So it really is the ultimate skincare routine, as well as a much cheaper and safer option. And while you might be tempted to get one bottle just to test it out, I really recommend you go for the 3 or 6 bottle package. If you're unsure, just answer one question. How does it feel when you touch your skin? If it feels rough and scaly or oily in places and dry in others, the blue radiation damage is far too great to fix with just one bottle. Now, don't get me wrong, one bottle is more than enough to hydrate your skin and give you some protection against radiation. But if you want to fully erase your dark spots, get rid of the fine lines and wrinkles, and fully restore your youthful glow, you'll need 3 to 6 bottles. Besides, there's one more crucial thing that you need to know. Missing just one day of BioRestore Complete might compromise weeks of progress. Each day, when you look in the mirror, you'll be seeing smoother, firmer skin than you have in years. But if you hit the stop button on clarifying, healing ingredients of BioRestore Complete for just one day, it might take weeks to get them working again to full capacity. In the meantime, you might lose some of the benefits. So, don't risk running out of BioRestore Complete. Also, please take into account that BioRestore Complete is selling incredibly fast, and once it is sold out, it will take us 6 to 9 months to produce a new batch, as we can only use the purest ingredients. Otherwise, its efficiency would be compromised. But here's the good news. I'm committed to supporting you in every way that I can. So, if you order 3 or 6 bottle package, you'll also receive 2 free bonuses, normally retailing at over $100. Trust me on this. When you combine the power of the information found in these bonuses with the incredible properties of BioRestore Complete, the results will shock everyone around you. You can even share them with your friends and family or keep them as your exclusive beauty secrets. The first one is called Asia's Best Kept Skincare Secrets. Top 10 skin-saving rituals and potions to make you look 10 years younger. In this guide, you'll find 3 face massage techniques K-pop stars swear by. How to use this protein to tighten up your skin? You'll probably have it in your fridge right now. How to use the tomato peel to fill in your wrinkles? And the one correct way to clean your face, as recommended by Chinese dermatologists. The second bonus is called Get a Hollywood-Ready Body in 21 Days, and will tell you all you need to know about what celeb nutritionists call the holy grail of weight loss, how to look slimmer using these 3 pieces of essential clothing, as well as the common spice you need to avoid if you want to lose weight and keep it off. And because I know trust is such a scarce commodity in the world we live in today, I want to make this completely risk-free for you. So I'm offering you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any dramatic improvements or you're not happy for any reason whatsoever, we will issue you a full refund, no questions asked. All you need to do is contact us within the first 60 days of your purchase. It doesn't matter if you use up the entire bottle. We will still give you your money back. This means you have 2 whole months to decide if BioRestore Complete is for you or not. No hidden fees or subscriptions, just a safe and secure one-time payment. All you have to do is choose the package you want below. Listen, you can keep throwing your money on overpriced cleansers, creams, gels, trying to find out what's the best skincare routine for you, and getting lost amongst the thousands of products that make only empty promises. But deep inside, you know these cosmetics are not powerful enough to make a difference. I mean, if they worked, shouldn't all women have perfect complexions by now? Or you can risk nothing at all today and grab BioRestore Complete right now. You'll be surprised at how well it works and how beautiful your skin is going to look. Now, I'd like to take the last seconds of this presentation to thank you for listening to our story and congratulate you on learning today how you can clear and improve the beauty of your skin. All you have to do is click below, make your choice, enter your payment details on our secure order form, and place the order now. We'll immediately ship your bottle directly to your home. Every order comes with free shipping, no matter where you live in the USA. I can't wait for you to experience every single benefit that BioRestore Complete has to offer. Still here? Great! I want to take a second to answer the most common questions I get about BioRestore Complete. I just want to make sure you feel 100% comfortable with your decision to order today. How and why does BioRestore Complete work? Well, the way this works is pretty simple, actually. Recent research has shown that modern blue radiation erodes the protective layer of your skin, leaving the sensitive layers underneath out in the open. When that happens, your skin starts to oxidize, just like a bitten apple left in the open. This oxidation is what you see on your skin as dark spots. However, there are natural ingredients that can form a protective barrier around your skin while clearing the oxidation and acting as a 24/7 shield until the protective layer of your skin has been fully renewed. BioRestore Complete gathers both modern and traditional sacred ingredients that have the power to clear dark spots, protect your skin, and restore its healthy glow. Is BioRestore Complete safe? BioRestore Complete has been designed for all ages, medical conditions, and skin types. Addressing the root cause of dark spots is the most important thing you can do today for long-lasting results now and well into old age. BioRestore Complete has high-quality, natural ingredients manufactured in an FDA-approved facility under sterile, strict, and precise conditions and standards. Each of the ingredients that go into BioRestore Complete is tested for purity and to ensure against toxins and contaminants. As always, if you currently have a medical condition or you're taking prescription medication, we advise you show a bottle of this serum to your doctor before you use it, just to put your mind at ease. When should I use BioRestore Complete? We recommend you apply the serum in the morning and before going to bed after cleansing your face or any affected areas. BioRestore Complete is safe to use on the neck, cleavage area, or hands. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe BioRestore Complete has the power to completely transform your skin and overall appearance. It's true, though, that nothing works for 100% of the people who try it, as each body works in its own way. That's why every bottle of BioRestore Complete comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason at all you aren't fully satisfied with the results, you can just return what you haven't used for a full, no questions asked refund. How long will this serum be available to the public? To be honest, I'm not really sure. History has shown us that the beauty industry is not afraid to spend millions of dollars in legal fees to remove something that threatens its very existence. After all, it makes sense. Wouldn't you spend $1 million in lawyer costs to protect the $40 million per year you make? So all you have to do today is click below, fill in your payment details on our secure order form, and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.